On the broadcast tonight, we discuss the current government shutdown
and our university's annual Halloween dance.
All that and more right now on SUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to this week's broadcast with the latest news. I'm Forrest Petters.
And I'm Caroline Cooper.
2 Pennsylvania state troopers were wounded while responding to a retail theft in Franklin County yesterday. According to Pennsylvania State Police, troopers responded to a call about a theft at Dick's Sporting Goods in Chambersburg. The troopers located the suspect's vehicle traveling toward Interstate 81, resulting in a pursuit. A state police spokesperson said spike strips were deployed on the highway, bringing the suspect's vehicle to a stop. According to state police, 2 female suspects exited the vehicle and complied with law enforcement when a male suspect opened fire on the officers, striking 2 of them. Troopers returned fire, fatally wounding the male suspect. The incident shut down the southbound lanes of Interstate 81 as police investigated. The troopers that were shot were transported to Wellspan York Hospital, and according to state police, 1 trooper has been treated and released, while the other is still in critical condition.
And I can't say enough about how they performed during this incident, but also how their fellow troopers and our law enforcement partners performed. It's with a great sense of pride that I say that, and it's with a great sense of thankfulness that we are not here planning 2 line-of-duty funerals.
State Police Commissioner Paris said the 2 troopers shot last night marked the 8th and 9th members of law enforcement shot in the line of duty since the beginning of August. Tomorrow, APB invites you for a thrill. Shippensburg's own Activities Programming Board has their annual trip to Hershey Park's Dark Nights this Friday. Dark Nights is Hershey's seasonal Halloween event, wherein the park undergoes a chilling change of scenery. The attraction boasts 5 haunted houses, 4 scare zones, and 14 thrilling roller coasters. The cost to attend is covered by our university, with a $10 deposit to save your seat being the only strain on your wallet. Tickets are already sold out, so if you are interested in attending next year, remember that tickets become available the Monday of the event.
Get ready to dance the night away at APB's Halloween Dance. Join us Saturday, October 11th at 8 p.m. at the Cub Amphitheater or the Cub NPR if this rainy weather continues. Come in costume for a chance to win our Halloween costume contest. It's free, fun, and full of live music. Don't miss it. The family of Dr. Lesman invites the campus community to join them for a celebration of life service this Sunday, October 12th at 3 p.m. at the Loras Performing Arts Center. Doors will be open at 2:30, and for those who cannot attend, there will be a live stream made available that day. The service will reflect on Dr. Lesman's contributions to SHIP and to share memories. Reminder to those struggling that the Council Center is always available to students.
Pettoberfest is here. Show off those furry pets for the entire month of October. Students and faculty can send pictures of their pets to be featured on the SU Connection AOD Instagram page. They will need your name, email, pet's name, pet's age, breed type, fun fact about your furry friend, favorite food, and a picture of your pet as well. They will stop by the end of October. For more information and questions, visit the SU Connection AOD on Instagram. Coming up next, the 2-year anniversary of the war in Gaza.
And a theme park in Ontario with too many whales.
Updates to come after this.
Want to make your voice heard? Play your favorite music? Or cover the hottest campus events? At WSYC 88.7 FM, Shippensburg's student-run radio station, you control the mic. Whether you're into music, sports, talk radio, news, or podcasting, there's a spot for you. Join the team, build your skills, and have a blast while doing it. WSYC 88.7 FM, your station, your voice. Visit wsyc.squarespace.com to get started.
Here at Multicultural Student Affairs, we value every student. No matter your race or ethnicity, you are guaranteed a home here. MSA offers many resources: a place to study, a place to meditate, a place to socialize, or a safe place to communicate issues or talk with a faculty member. Come down to Gilbert Hall today and join our family. Our roots run deep. Why not grow together? This is a public service announcement from MSA.
Are you a commuter looking for a place to unwind between classes? The Commuter Lounge in Cub 209 is designed just for you. Relax and recharge with access to a kitchenette, board games, computers, and printers for your assignments. It's the perfect spot to study, take a break, or connect with other commuters at Shippensburg University. For access, scan the QR code outside of the lounge or email commute@ship.edu. Make the Commuter Lounge your go-to space at SHIP.
Now it's time to take a trip around the globe with Walter Quigley in this week's World News.
The renowned animal researcher Jane Goodall has passed away. On October 1st, it was announced that Goodall died from natural causes at the age of 91. Jane Goodall has been well known for her groundbreaking research on chimpanzees and primates as a whole. She had been studying primates ever since the 1960s and published observations that challenged science of the time. Goodall was also an advocate for environmental preservation, especially in Africa. Jane Goodall was also appointed as a Dame of the British Empire, received the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom, and was named a Messenger of Peace. The world will be remembering Jane Goodall for her eternal contributions to the study of animals and our planet. We are 8 days into the government shutdown with no clear sign of an end. With more on the story, here's SUTV's J.D. Dorazio.
While it is typical to see some government workers furloughed during a government shutdown, the White House is looking to make the impact of this lapse in funding more permanent. The threat of mass firings looms large, and while speaking in the Oval Office this week, President Trump said he will announce which government programs he intends to eliminate amid the funding standoff soon.
We'll be announcing it pretty soon, but we have a lot of things that we're going to eliminate and permanently eliminate.
He also said he was considering not giving back pay to all federal employees once the government shutdown ends. In his remarks, Trump offered no clarity about which workers he might not protect, but added there are, quote, some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, end quote.
I would say it depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people.
This move would be one of President Trump's biggest decisions so far during his second presidential reign, with many GOP leaders backing his potential decision-making, but Democrats are pushing back. Meanwhile, an increasing number of lawmakers have also acknowledged the potential political perils of implementing mass layoff of federal workers at this time, whether for the better or for the worse. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm J.D. Dorazio.
Tuesday the 7th marked the second anniversary of the war in Gaza. 2 years ago, the war in Gaza was triggered by a surprise strike on Israel by Hamas. This attack killed over 1,200 people and 251 others were taken hostage by Hamas. On Tuesday, ceremonies were held all across Israel to mourn the lives lost in the attack 2 years ago. The victims' families held the largest ceremony in Tel Aviv, and it was broadcast across the entire nation. The day was also marked with peace negotiations between the two sides in Egypt, and as of now, they are still ongoing. Despite these peace talks, air and artillery strikes on the Gaza Strip continued, leaving the result in question. Canadian theme park warns that their beluga whales may have to be euthanized. The theme park Marineland claimed that without emergency federal funding, they would have no choice but to euthanize the whales, being unable to provide adequate care for them. The park attempted to relocate the whales to a different facility, but was denied the permit due to legislation which protects whales and dolphins from captivity and entertainment use. This is not the first time Marineland has faced controversy for its treatment of marine life, with many being outraged by the threats of euthanasia and the possibility of whales being killed. Animal welfare campaigners and protection agencies are looking for ways to save the whales, calling on the provincial government and stating they must show leadership and ensure these animals receive the best possible care. On Monday, October 6, 2025, Rufin Fortunate Safizambo was named Prime Minister of Madagascar. Safi Zambo was selected by Madagascar President André Rajoelina. Safi Zambo stands out due to his experience as a military general. The change comes on the heels of ongoing protests from power outages and water shortages. The decision has caused major backlash from the protest movement known as Gen Z Mada. The protest group went as far as giving President Rajoelina 48 hours to resign. The protests have been occurring since September 25th with no true end in sight. That's all for World News. I'm Walter Quigley. Now back to Caroline and Forrest at the desk.
Thanks, Walter. Up next, the verdict of Sean Diddy Combs' trial.
And Canadian rock band Rush back on tour.
More to come after this.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Now, if you look outside, you'd notice it is finally fall, and I could not be happier. In fact, I'm falling head over heels for this weather. It's cold, I can put my jackets on, and all the bugs go back where they belong. What about you?
I hate to break it to you.
You love the weather, right? You like it too?
I wanted 80 and sunny again.
Dude, not cool.
It's so cool. In fact, it's the best season of all time. Summer should never, ever end.
Well, let's find out.
Let's hand it over to Tatiana Steele with your weekly weather report.
Hello, welcome to another week of weather. We are so close to fall break, but we're not there just yet. Looking at tonight, today was a very sunny and beautiful day, but it's going to drop all the way down to 33. Looking into tomorrow, it looks like the sun is coming right back out. The highest it's going to be is 65. Looking at the rest of this week, on Saturday, it's going to be mostly cloudy. The sun's still going to be out at least, going all the way up to 68. But then moving on to Sunday and Monday, it looks like the rain is coming our way. Really depressing. On Tuesday, Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be 69, 70 degrees. It's going to be very similar. I swear, again, I thought it was fall. Moving on into Thursday, it's going to drop all the way down to 64, partly cloudy skies. Thank you so much for watching another week of weather. My name is Tatiana Steele, and now we're going to throw it to Sanaya with entertainment.
After 13 months in custody, Diddy finally receives a sentence for his crimes. On Friday afternoon, a federal judge sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 4 years and 2 months in prison. Combs has been jailed in a federal detention facility in Brooklyn, New York, since his arrest in September of last year, where he was originally facing up to 10 years maximum in prison for 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Before being sentenced, Diddy was pleading with the judge, quote, "I ask your honor for mercy, I beg your honor for mercy, and quote, I'll never put my hands on another person again. I know I've learned my lesson." A jury acquitted Combs of racketeering and sex trafficking charges back on July 2nd, but convicted him on those 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. The years he spent The year he spent already in a detention facility will be applied to his sentence, so he will receive some credit for the time served. Combs was also fined $500,000 and was ordered 5 years of supervised release. An up-and-coming actress is breaking the headlines in Hollywood. Meet Tilly Norwood, an AI female created by Elle van der Velden, who is also the CEO and founder of the UK-based production company Particle 6. The purpose of Tilly Norwood is to explore digital talent in film, television, and other media. The public's reaction to this new AI actress is mostly mixed and leaning towards the negative side. Several known celebrities in Hollywood have shared their opinion on Tilly Norwood. Actress Emily Blunt said in a podcast interview with Variety, quote, "I don't know how to quite answer it other than to say how terrifying this is," end quote. And later added, quote, "Good Lord, we're screwed," end quote. AI has been evolving these past several years and people are scared for their job security, especially Hollywood actors and actresses. A new Battlefield game is coming out later this week. Despite the confusing name, Battlefield 6 is the 18th installment in the Battlefield franchise. The game includes a full campaign and story with varieties of maps and global missions to keep you entertained. Battlefield 6 will also have multiplayer and fan-favorite modes like Conquest, Breakthrough, and Rush, along with other new modes like Escalade. The game launches later this week, October 10th, so be on the lookout for this thrilling shooter. The 20th century progressive rock band called The Rush is back touring after a 10-year hiatus. The 50-something tour will bring Rush back on stage with all the flair intact from years past. This tour is not only to celebrate the life of Rush as a band, but also their late drummer, Neil Pearty. They have a handful of cities lined up, spanning from LA to New York and even in their hometown of Toronto. Tickets will go on sale October 17th, while the tour will start rolling out in June of next year. Critical Role is back. The hit internet show where a group of nerdy voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons is back for its 4th campaign. The actual play follows a host of popular voice actors as they explore a world of magic and fantasy led by the game master Matthew Mercer. Over the last 10 years, Critical Role has grown from a niche internet show to a multimedia company with animated shows on Amazon Prime and its own publishing firm. While the first 3 campaigns followed the same 8 voice actors, it explores the world of D&D. The campaign 4 is expanding to 14, with Brennan Lee Milligan replacing Matt Mercer as the game master. You can catch the thrilling action and epic drama live on Thursdays at 10 p.m. on Critical Role's Twitch or YouTube channel. This has been Sanaya Grant with your week of entertainment news. Now back to Caroline and Forrest at the desk.
Thanks, Sanaya. When we come back, we toss it over to Ben Hummel for the latest in Raider athletics.
All that and more when we return.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Ship volleyball is back at Higas Fieldhouse as the Raiders took on Chestnut Hill in their home opener last night. The Raiders came out the gate dominating and never looked back as they swept the Griffins in convincing fashion. The Raiders saw a lot of players get meaningful time and using almost their entire bench to get the victory. The big star of the night was Haley Kappelman, who recorded a match-high 14 kills on the match and kept the pace for the Raiders offense. Shay Kolovoski led the Raider defense as usual with 13 digs as she continues her impressive season. The Raider volleyball team will be back at home tomorrow night with their home conference opener against ESU. Chambersburg University hosted Indiana University of Pennsylvania for swim's dual meet this past Wednesday. Both men's and women's swimmers made PSAC qualifying times. Robbie Furlick swam a 21.97 second 50 freestyle. The women's team made 4 qualifying PSAC times, including Olivia Carver's 1,000-yard freestyle and 500-yard freestyle, McKenna Fickett's 200-yard backstroke, and Bria Burkholder's 200-yard butterfly. The men's team is on its 3rd meet winning streak for the relay events. They won both the 200 medley event and the 200 freestyle relay events, ending the meet on a victorious high. Swim will be on the road for their next meet at Fairmont State on October 17th. Ship Field Hockey continues their impressive season with a statement victory over number 5 Westchester. The Raiders scored a goal in each of the 4 quarters and all of them by different players. Kelly Nadia started off the scoring in the first, followed by Lily Cantabine. Ann Gardner and Yelena Fergassi finished the goals in the second half. Emma Albee finished the game in the net with 7 saves and 1 goal, allowed to end the game 4-1. On Wednesday, Shippensburg defeated number 8 Millersville 2-0 on the road in non-conference play. Kayla Snyder opened the scoring for the Raiders in the 5th minute of the second quarter off a pass from McKenna Boyle. The team added to their lead in the 4th quarter when Ann Gardner fired a shot into the cage off a rebounded shot. The field hockey team continues their season at number 4 East Stroudsburg this Saturday at 1 p.m. The Shippensburg University men's soccer team played 2 games at home this past week, losing to Millersville and tying Bloomsburg. On Saturday, Shippensburg fell 1-0 to Millersville in a highly defensive matchup. The game remained scoreless until the 80th minute when the Marauders scored the lone goal. Millersville posted 15 total shots and a 9-2 advantage on shots on goal. On Wednesday, Shippensburg took on number 19 Bloomsburg, coming away with a 0-0 draw. The Raider defense faced a relentless Husky offense, allowing 15 total shots, including 9 on goal. SU goalkeeper Jack McCann came up big for the Raiders with a career-high 9 saves to force the draw. Shippensburg moves to 3-4-2 overall and 0-2-1 in conference play. The team will travel to East Stroudsburg this Saturday to take on the Warriors at 1 p.m. Pucks have dropped for the 2025-2026 NHL season. The Panthers, who are the reigning Cup champs, got the first win, beating the Blackhawks 3-2. The Penguins also played this past Tuesday, shutting out the Rangers and taking a 3-0 victory. Both Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin are playing in their 21st season, with this year possibly being Ovechkin's final season. Washington is hoping to repeat their success from last year, regardless of the 3-1 loss last night to the Bruins. The Flyers are currently playing their first match against the Panthers as they hope new head coach Rick Toecht can lead the team back to the playoffs. Catch the action on ESPN+, TNT, or the NHL Network. That's all for sports this week. I'm Ben Hummel. Now back to Caroline and Forrest at the desk.
Thanks, Ben. Next up, we have a story about a social media ban in Denmark.
All that and more when we come back on SUTV News.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Another country is considering a social media ban for younger children. Denmark's prime minister says mobile phones and online platforms are, quote, stealing our children's childhood. She says these sites are causing children and young people to experience anxiety and depression. Denmark isn't the only country taking this action. While Norway is also considering a ban, lawmakers in Australia passed a law that prohibits social media for those under 16. Some social media platforms are fighting against these moves, including TikTok, which is airing ads that says it can be used as an educational tool. I don't know about you, Forrest, but my parents didn't let me use social media until I think I was about like 14, 15, maybe even 16 years old.
Now, you wouldn't believe me, but my parents were the same way.
Yeah.
I think social media, especially presenting yourself to the world, is a very stressful thing for someone so young, you know? And they don't often grasp the full extent of what it means to have a social media account.
Completely agree. I think that if I had social media any younger than that age, I definitely would have misused it and been exposed to a lot of things that I definitely shouldn't have been.
I concur. However, I do believe that there is a level of social media that is acceptable to have at a younger age. For instance, I could not always afford the video games I wanted to play. However, watching other people play those games still allowed me the same fulfillment. I still got the joy of those games without having them myself. And I think something like that is still acceptable for younger children to have. What about you?
Completely agree. I think as long as there's some parental monitoring going on, I think that is totally okay. And I agree with these bans. I think they could really bring some good to the internet.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you for spending your evening here with us at SUTV. I'm Caroline Cooper.
And I'm Forrest Petters. Join us next week for the latest news on and off campus. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.org.
Thank you and have a good night.